this impeachment inquiry in terms of damaging President Biden's reelection chances?
I don't think it's damaging at all, and I'm not even sure we can call it an impeachment inquiry yet because they haven't had the vote to actually open an impeachment inquiry, something Kevin McCarthy chastised Nancy Pelosi for not doing immediately. He also, today in the Washington Post, MAGA supporting Ken Buck, Freedom Caucus member, said this whole impeachment idea is, I think he called it crazy. So I'd listen to Ken Buck on this if I was Kevin McCarthy, but Joe Biden is going to spend the next year saying the House of Representatives has spent months and months of your time and money going after this and not working with me on lowering prices for us, figuring out how we end the auto strike, all those things that the American people want him to do. They're going to be wasting time on this. And so far, they've been doing it for 4 or 5 years. They found nothing. So I'm not too worried that another year of this is going to find anything else.
Jonathan, you're not worried, but I think at the White House they may be. The telltale sign was spokesman Ian Sams sent a note out to the media saying, please start upping the scrutiny on Republicans. What do you make of it?
Well, I'm assured that the president's team is happy that this is September of this year and not September of next year, or it would be really bad. My biggest concern about the impeachment in general is, are we politicizing impeachment? Is it as serious as it was when we did it under Clinton and obviously President Nixon? But this started with what happened with President Trump. And I think that there is a little bit of the American people, especially on the Republican side, that are looking for them to dig into this topic. The main problem, though, I think, is this is one of 6 things that you just put up there. I mean, the strike yesterday is not only just harming the president, but it's also potentially harming Senate candidates in Michigan, Ohio, as well as Missouri. I mean, especially in Michigan and Ohio, we have significant Senate candidates that Republicans could take over if the Democrats don't have good messaging on this. And then the indictment of his son is another whole topic. And the problem, I do think that there's more indictments coming, but I think the main issue is going to be this is a drumbeat that's going to continue between the indictment and impeachment over the next at least 6 to 8 months.
How big of the indictment of Hunter Biden do you think is a problem for President Biden?
I think it's a difficult thing for him to handle because he's a loving father and he wants to, comfort his son and be there for his son. But he has shown that he is not going to get involved. He is not going to influence the Justice Department. I mean, nobody can say he is if they're actually indicting his son. I'm also a little surprised that the NRA is not coming out today to support Hunter Biden. These are charges they have fought against for many years. So I'm expecting an NRA rally for Hunter Biden.
I don't think that's happening. I got to get to one thing. So something happened in Washington this week, and if you live here long enough, you're like, that's an interesting thing. And that was David Ignatius's piece, calling for President Biden to not run. But then it was followed up, and not many people looked at it, but the deputy opinion editor of the Washington Post doubled down on Thursday, writing a piece. The last sentence is my very favorite. I'm going to read it to you. He says, if Biden were to choose retirement, the field of contenders would fill overnight, and a new generation of leaders would finally emerge in a nation that is hungry for them. The election is more than a year off. There is plenty of time. Honest answer, Jonathan. Is there a chance that Joe Biden just steps aside?
No. I also don't see why he would. He has had one of the most historic first terms of any president. Usually when you give somebody a job and they do really good at it, you either keep them in the job or you promote them. Unfortunately, there's no promotion for him. But he should stay in the job another 4 years. He's been doing a great job. I am with a lot of Democrats who are excited about him running, excited about Kamala Harris being on the ticket, and wish people like David Ignatius would keep their opinions. I know it's his job, but maybe to himself.
All right, before I run out of time, because we've only got like 30 seconds, I'm going to change gears quickly with you, Ashley, and that is we saw in our latest Fox News poll, former President Trump rising 7%.